All right, so 17 is a graph, all right? So a function is graphed in a set of axes below. We're talking about domain, which is obviously our x values. What we need to look at right now, right, we're reading this left to right, our point of origin right here, we're gonna try to find out how far left. This -4 represents our y values because that is what they're talking about going up or down. I'm gonna get rid of 3 and 4, we don't need that. For 1 and 2, we're going to go all the way over, and obviously -2 is our number, so we're really not paying attention to that. What we're paying attention to is the symbols. We should know that when we have a less than or greater than symbol with no equal sign underneath it, we have an open circle. When we have a less than or greater than or equal to symbol, we have a closed circle. So in this case, it is going to be -2 with an open circle, so our answer is going to be choice 1. All right, 18 I'm actually going to do by hand to show you. So we have y minus 1 is equal to 2 times x plus 1/4. So we're going to go ahead and distribute this first before we do anything on here. So we're going to distribute it to here and distribute it there. So we have our y minus 1 on this side is equal to 2x. And that's going to be plus, let me see here, 1.25. All right, I made him a little bit of a mistake. So essentially what we're going to have here, this is actually going to be 0.5 instead of it being 1.25. That was a mistake that I just made. So what I'm going to do now is going to add 1 to this side and add it to here, cross it out, and it's going to leave me with y is equal to 2x, and then we're going to do plus 1.5. Essentially what we're doing is putting this into slope-intercept form so that we can plug it into the calculator and then find out our answer. So now what I'm going to do is take my calculator, and this is the same way for both calculators. You're going to plug in what you see here in this box. So we manipulated it so that we could graph it and or put it in here. So 2x plus 1.5. And before we even get our answer, we're going to hit second and then hit this window button because we're going to look for what's called the table set. Down here where we have this little triangle, it's called the delta table. We're going to change that to 0.25 and then hit enter and keep hitting enter. You notice that it just keeps blinking, you're fine. I want to go back to second and then hit graph, and what you're going to see is variables of the numbers in increments of 0.25. So we're going to go down and look at, let's look at 0.75. We notice that 0.75 here is not equal to 0 here, so that's not one of our answers. We're going to go to 1.25. So 1.25, when our x is 1.25, our y is 4. So we're going to stop there because that is our answer. And that is essentially how you do this. You want to make sure that you manipulate your equation to y is equal to mx plus b, plug that into your calculator, and then look for when your y value or your x value is equal to your y value. To change this, you want to make sure that you go into second and hit the table, and this is where you're going to change your table set right here to 0.25 to put it in increments of 1/4 to give you what you're looking for here.